Today, we're talking about the handful of technologies that aren't just, shaping our future, they're literally deciding which nations are going to rule it. And that's really the core idea here. The race for global power, it's not about armies or economies in the old-fashioned sense anymore. The new battlefield, it's fought with things like semiconductors, powerful algorithms, and even genetic code. So, where do we start? Well, let's dive into our first major arena, the battle for what you might call our digital reality. This is all about the invisible infrastructure that runs our entire world. It's a fight to control the very fabric of our digital lives. And it all begins with the networks themselves. I mean, you've heard about 5G, right? It's already becoming the nervous system of modern society. But the real prize everyone's racing for, that's 6G. We're talking about mind-blowing speeds, up to a terabit per second. It's why major powers, the US, China, South Korea, are pouring billions into research. They know that whoever builds this new global backbone gets to control the flow of all the world's data. Now, let's talk money. The shift happening in global finance is just staggering. Get this, 137 countries and unions, that's pretty much the entire planet, representing 98% of the world's GDP, are all looking into central bank digital currencies, or CBDCs. This isn't some little niche trend. It's a full-blown global financial reset, and it's all powered by blockchain technology. And you can already see the competition heating up. On one side, you've got China, which is way ahead with its digital yuan pilot. We're talking trillions of yuan in transactions already. And then you have the US, which is, well, it's still in the research phase with something called Project Hamilton. This isn't just a tech race. It's a direct challenge to the US dollar's dominance that we've seen for decades. And the last piece of this digital puzzle, security. This is a big one. Think about this. One day, quantum computers will be powerful enough to break all of the encryption we use today. All of it. That's not sci-fi. It's a known, accepted threat. And the race to defend against it is already on. In fact, just this August 2024, the US agency NIST finalized the first standards for quantum-resistant encryption. And now CISA is telling all government agencies to start switching over. Because if you don't, your nation's entire digital defense, well, it could just evaporate overnight. Okay, so we've covered the digital world. Now let's shift gears and look at how nations are trying to dominate new frontiers. We're talking physical space, virtual space. This is all about extending power way beyond traditional borders, and yeah, even beyond our own planet. Space has become a full-on strategic racetrack. I mean, just look at what SpaceX has done with Starlink. They've got something like 6,000 satellites up there already, blanketing the globe with internet. But make no mistake, China and Europe are scrambling to build their own massive satellite constellations. Why? Because everyone knows that to dominate low Earth orbit means you control global communications and global surveillance. And back here on Earth, it's all about speed. Raw, unbelievable speed is rewriting the rules of defense. We're talking about hypersonic weapons. You might remember China's test back in 2021. These things fly at more than 5 times the speed of sound, and they can maneuver mid-flight. That makes them almost impossible to intercept with any defense system we have today. A technology like this literally forces entire countries to go back to the drawing board on their whole military strategy. The battlefield isn't just physical anymore, it's also about perception. Think about extended reality, AR and VR. This stuff is way beyond just video games. It's a $32 billion market for a reason. It's shaping up to be the next huge computing platform. We're seeing NATO use it for incredibly realistic troop simulations. Surgeons are using it for training. It's kind of a quiet but incredibly powerful tool for training people, for educating them, and ultimately for influence. All right, so we've gone from the digital to the orbital. Now let's zoom way, way in. We're talking about the fundamental building blocks of our reality. This is the contest to literally master the physical world itself. Sometimes the biggest breakthroughs come from the smallest things. I'm talking about advanced materials and nanotechnology. This is the bedrock, the foundation for basically every other technology we've discussed. You want lighter rockets, stronger armor, batteries that are way more efficient? It all starts here. If you lead in this area, you have a massive advantage everywhere else. And from materials, we move to the code of life itself, DNA. This is where synthetic biology comes in, which is, when you boil it down, programmable biology. The power to read, write, and edit DNA, think CRISPR, gives a nation incredible control. On one hand, you can create new vaccines or solve climate problems, but on the other, more ominous side, it also opens the door to potential new bioweapons. And then, of course, there's energy. You just can't talk about global power without talking about energy. A record-breaking $1.8 trillion was poured into clean energy in just 2023 alone. And why such a massive number? Simple. Energy independence is one of the most powerful tools of geopolitical leverage a country can possibly have. Whether it's from renewables, fusion power, or some breakthrough in battery tech, if you control your own energy, you control your destiny. So, all these other technologies we've talked about, they're all building up to this, the final, and by far the most important frontier. I'm talking about the race to build an intelligence that could completely dwarf our own, the race for godlike AI. But to even get there, to power this incredible race, we need totally new kinds of computers. We're not talking about faster laptops. We're talking about things like neuromorphic chips, which are designed to work like the human brain, making them super efficient. And, of course, quantum computers, which can tackle problems that would take a normal supercomputer billions of years. These are the engines that are going to drive the whole AI revolution. You see, AI is already evolving beyond just analyzing data that we feed it. The first giant leap is something we can call inventor AI. This is an AI that doesn't just learn from what we give it, it actually discovers. It creates brand new knowledge completely from scratch. And listen, this is not just some theory for the future. It's happening right now. DeepMind's AI AlphaFold has already mapped pretty much every protein known to science, an unbelievable achievement. Their other system, Genome, has predicted over 2 million new crystal structures, which could lead to new materials. The bottom line is this. The nation that truly masters inventor AI gets to control the entire planet's innovation pipeline. So what's after that? The next step is the holy grail of AI research, artificial general intelligence, or AGI. Imagine an AI that can reason and learn just like a human, but it's operating at the speed and scale of a global computer network. We're already seeing hints of this. People talk about sparks of AGI in models like GPT-4. Whoever gets to true AGI first, well, that's the ultimate power multiplier. It would revolutionize research, military strategy, everything. And then there's what comes after AGI, artificial superintelligence, or ASI. And we have to be clear here, this isn't just a slightly smarter version of us. We're talking about a theoretical intelligence so far beyond human comprehension, it's hard to even wrap your head around. It is the ultimate wild card. A nation that creates the first ASI wouldn't just be the world leader. They could, in theory, solve or dominate every single challenge, scientific, economic, military, instantly. So what happens when one nation achieves this first? That's the question. That's the question that keeps strategists and world leaders up at night. Because in a race this important, a true winner-take-all race, coming in second place might be no different than not finishing at all. The future isn't something that's just going to happen to us. It's being coded, it's being engineered and launched into orbit right now as we speak. The fight for global leadership is happening in labs and in data centers. The future is being built piece by piece. So the only real question left is, who is going to be building it?